Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. This is Taliesin McKnight, and today I'm going to talk about hoodoo lamps. Hoodoo lamps can be used for love spells, money spells, peaceful home, curses, all kinds of things. And this is from hoodoo tradition. So today I'm going to teach you how this form of spell work works traditionally and how to create your own magical lamp as a form of spell work. I'm going to talk about how this works, how you can create your own, the basic dynamics behind it, and some of the traditions. So that is up for today. Now, lamps have been used in a number of cultures. Lamps have been used for thousands and thousands of years. For lighting, they've been used as part of religious ceremonies for many different religions around the world. And they've also been used in a number of different cultures for magical practice. However, today, I'm mostly going to be talking about hoodoo, which is African American folk magic. Hoodoo is what most people mistakenly refer to as voodoo, because voodoo and people commonly refer to African American folk magic as voodoo, and that's just not the case. Voodoo and hoodoo are two different traditions. Voodoo is a West African religion that was brought over to Haiti, brought over to parts of the United States around New Orleans, and was brought over to different areas from West Africa. Now, hoodoo, with an H, is African American folk magic that is practiced all over the southern United States. So hoodoo and voodoo are two different things, and yet in Louisiana they are blended together often. So today we're going to talk about hoodoo tradition and the use of lamps, oil lamps, as a form of spell work. So what is a hoodoo lamp? Basically, this lamp will represent your desire. It is a way to focus your intent and your desire. This lamp, for all intents and purposes, will represent your goal. So you take the basic concept of a kerosene or oil lamp, and you can adapt this to represent your desire. So like I said, I'm going to talk about how you can create your own lamp and how this is supposed to work. And again, as always, I encourage you to think for yourself. If you're just interested in learning about these traditions, that's great. You're learning about these traditions. If you want to try these out and experiment, then you know how to proceed. And even if you don't believe in these traditions, it's good to expand your mind and at least to look at this from a folklore perspective. So whether you approach this as a practitioner or someone that is just curious about the historical phenomenon of magic and spells by serious practitioners that actually get involved in this stuff, either way you get something out of this video. And I'm going to teach you how to make your own lamp and how this works, how this plays out. Now, hoodoo is a regional phenomenon. As a surviving tradition, you will see different practices in different areas. Different workers work different ways. And some people have hoodoo passed on in their family. So you will see different family traditions. However, with the internet, with hoodoo teachers being all over the internet, there has come a certain uniformity, or I guess you could almost call it an orthodox practice, which is really kind of silly because there's no such thing as an orthodox practice. But there's become some sort of uniformity. But before the internet, before all of this, there have been many different practices. So there is no one hoodoo. But today I'm going to try to break this down in its most basic elements. In Conjure lamps, the lamp represents your desire. So if you want to bring love or money or whatever, this lamp will represent your goal, what you want to manifest in your life. Now, there are many different forms of lamps. Today, I'm gonna draw out one of the most basic forms, one of the most popular forms of kerosene or oil lamp. Now, often you will have a bottom area. This holds the oil. This is where the oil is. And then above this, you'll have what's known as the shoulder and the burner. Here is the wick. So down here you have the oil, and there's the wick down in the lamp. There's the wick. Okay, there you have the burner that holds the wick. And then often there's what's called a chimney. A chimney just kind of covers the lamp. Oop. So just like over a fireplace, a chimney guides the smoke out of the house. A chimney is often over the lamp, and it's used to collect the soot, some of the black soot. So that's the basic look at an oil lamp. So here's where the oil is. Here you have the wick, and then often there's a little chimney, glass chimney placed over it, and that's used to collect the soot. So how does a lamp represent your goal? Well, it depends on what you place within it. One of the most common ways that you can do this, of course, is to place items in the lamp that represent your goal. So, for example, if you're doing a lamp for a love spell, you could put roots, stones, things that represent your goal, your desire. So let's say that you're making a love spell lamp. For a love spell, what are things that represent love? Well, you can put some rose petals down in the lamp. Rose petals represent love. You can put some damiana, some cardamom. Rose quartz is a stone that's often connected to love. So within the lamp, you put things, items, curios that represent love to you. So herbs, roots, stones, a little heart charm, just different things that symbolize love. So you can bless each one of these items that represents love and place them in the bottom of the lamp. Also, you can use color symbolism to further make the lamp represent your desire. So a red lamp, you could either get lamps that are colored, red for love, green for money, whatever. Or you can even get the colored oil. So different colored oils that you can sometimes get at the hardware store, or you can buy them online. So you can use the different items you place within it, or even the color symbolism, to get the lamp to represent in symbolic form your desire. Think of the lamp as a rough piece of clay, and you're going to mold and shape this into an image of your desire. That's what you're doing by adding items and color symbolism, and you're taking the lamp and building it into a representation of your goal. As for finding the right lamps. With the internet, you can get all kinds of things. Check this out. This is eBay. Make sure there's nothing personal on here. Okay, so this is eBay on my phone. Right here on eBay for 20 bucks. You can buy a blue lamp, a green, and a red one. Okay, there's a red lamp, a blue lamp, it's kind of a dark red, a green lamp. So you can purchase these online. So you can use color symbolism. You can buy them on eBay, whatever you'd like to do. So you can get either the colored oils, or you can just get the tinted, color tinted glass in the lamp to represent your desire. So for a love spell, red tinted glass with Adam and Eve root, rose, cardamom, damiana, rose quartz. Cinnamon is often used in money spells, but also it's used in love spells and hoodoo. Now, cinnamon is a type of herb in love spells that represents spicing up the relationship, giving it a hot, sexy kick to your love life. Now, the reason you don't use red peppers and stuff like that in a love spell to spice things up is because red peppers and red chilies and things are used more often in curses. So, different symbolism there. So, let's say you want to do a money spell. Make a money lamp. What do? Same basic concept. Or for prosperity in the home. You'll add items that represent prosperity to you. You're taking the rough concept of a lamp and you're building symbols around it that are a symbolic construct of your desire. It's a way to focus your intent. It is a symbolic representation of your goal. Anyways, so, okay. It is a symbolic representation of your desire. So in a money lamp, you might put some coins. You might put a silver dollar in the bottom of it. Put some quarters, some coins, whatever. You may add, again, cinnamon is often used in money spells, as well as love spells to spice them up. So for a money or prosperity lamp, you may put some coins. You may add some five-finger grass. You might add some allspice, Irish moss. Things that represent prosperity to you. Five-finger grass or cinquefoil. Things that roots, herbs. You might add some double shoestring. So stones, you may add an aventurine in there. Stones, roots, items that represent your desire, you'll place in the lamp. You may add some prosperity oils a little bit to the lamp. And if you want to use color symbolism, green is the symbol of money here in the United States, as well as several other countries, some. Green is the color of plants that are growing. So green is a symbol of fertility and growth. So that in itself represents abundance and all of that. Or you may have, different color symbolism, but in hoodoo, green is often used for money, or gold, which is connected to the sun, and symbolism, which is in itself is connected to success and prosperity and growth, and is also the color of gold. So green, tinted glass, money, herbs, and roots, things that represent prosperity to you. You may add some stones. So basically this is a representation of your desire. I'm sure everybody gets the basic picture here. It's pretty simple. It's not hard. Okay. One more example. I'm sure everyone gets the picture though. A peaceful home lamp. Say you want peace in the home. Blue is a color that represents to many people peace, calm. It's a soothing color. A blue lamp, you add herbs, stones, roots, things that represent peace to you. You may put in some rosemary. You may add some lavender to it, even some lavender oil a little bit to it. You may add, some basil. Whatever represents peace to you. So the color of the lamp, or the colors of the oils, the items that you place within it, all represent your desire. If you want to further get this to represent your goal, then you may place it upon a seal that represents your goal, or maybe a seal from one of the grimoires, from the Key of Solomon or something, that represents prosperity. You may put it on the seal of Jupiter or whatever for prosperity, or a Venus for love. You may write out a petition paper that represents your goal and place the lamp on top of your petition paper. If you're doing a spell to bring two people close together, you may burn the lamp. You may place a picture of the couple underneath the lamp. You may have two little figures or dolls that represent the couple bound together with red thread to represent bringing them together, and have that down in the oils. So you can burn it on top of some money, some dollar bills underneath it. So you may burn it on top of your business card. So whatever you do to the lamp just represents your goal. While I don't like to encourage people to do anything bad, I don't want to teach anything bad, people will do whatever the hell they want in the end. And I just want my videos to fully cover the topic, so not encouraging anything bad, but in curses, people will often use, they may have a little doll, what people call a voodoo doll. It'd be a little little clay doll of the person in the lamp that they're cursing, so that there's always an evil flame above their heads. So whatever you want to do, your lamp represents your goal. Now, one thing that's almost universal, not always, some people disagree, but pretty much universal concept is that you only focus on one spell at a time. For example, you don't do a love spell and then business success in one lamp. You want one pointed concentration upon one goal. You don't dissipate your energies on 5 different things. So, different folks work in different ways, but that's a pretty understood concept. One pointed concentration, not to dissipate your energies on a whole bunch of things. So that is the basic concept of a magic lamp, or a spell lamp. Hold on just a second. Where did I put that? Okay, so as you can see, it's very basic. Just go out and buy a kerosene lamp, or some people make their own oil lamps. Okay, so you can just buy a lamp off eBay in the specific color you want. You'll need to collect items that represent your goal. So whenever you get the lamp, you might want to sage it or burn some incense to cleanse it. whatever you do to cleanse off whatever energies are already on it, or mentally to clear away whatever it already is there. So you might cleanse the lamp, bless it, pray over it, whatever you do. Take each item that represents your goal, hold it in your hand, focus on what it represents to you. You may pray over it, or if you're not religious, you may repeat a statement of what this item means to you, place it in the lamp. Take the next item, focus on what it represents to you, place it in the lamp. Fill it with oil, put the wick in it, light it, and then you may, in Hoodoo it's popular to recite psalms over it, to recite prayers over it. It's important to understand that Hoodoo, historically, the African American community have been very religious, mostly Protestant upbringing. Okay. So there's that influence of using psalms. Now today, people are more diverse, religiously and spiritually. Maybe you come from a different religious background, or maybe you're not religious. So you may use whatever appropriate prayers that connect to your path, or if you're not religious, just a statement of intent. But historically, it's popular to recite an appropriate psalm. Okay? So you have all the items that represent your goal, and then you say whatever prayers or whatever. And then you have your lamp. Now, what I like to do is I like to pray over the lamp on a daily basis. Or you may do it every so often. You'll pray over the lamp to refocus your energy on what you're trying to manifest in your life. So think of the lamp as a point of focus. So now you have a basic understanding of how to construct a lamp and how this physically works out. So now you understand the basic physical structure of a lamp, what you physically put in it, and how it all works. It is a representation of your desire. Now, what are the dynamics behind it? There are several popular theories behind magic, 3 of which I have spoken about recently. Now, in Hoodoo, Hoodoo is largely influenced by animism, the spirit model that all things are living. And in other African traditions, it's popular to regard whatever stone or herb as having a certain spirit within it. So whatever plant or whatever stone, in some African traditions, you're getting in contact with the spirit of the herb. And you basically tell these items what you want to manifest. So there is that animistic model, that framework in which a lot of Hoodoo is in. Now there are other models of magic. In Western magic, it's more popular to have the consciousness model. Now the consciousness model, so we're going to look at some basic models of magic and look at how this may play out in this spell work. Now the consciousness model postulates, possibly, that there is a connection between consciousness and matter. That there is a connection between mind and matter. Beyond that our brains are, matter and that they think. The idea that consciousness affects matter. Okay? That if you strongly believe in something and you have faith in it, and with one pointed concentration upon this goal, that there's some way that this causes things to manifest. Now, under the consciousness model, everything to do with this spell fits. because everything you're doing with the lamp is a way to focus your mind. Our minds are always drifting into the past. We're remembering something or daydreaming about the future. Or we're thinking about what we told our neighbor the other day. Or then we start worrying about something. So our minds are always going from thing to thing. Most people find it hard to control and direct thought, to focus on one thing, one pointed concentration. Unwavering, to focus with will upon one goal. Focus thought and emotion as a means to an end under this model. So in this sense, the color lamp helps you focus on your goal. Each item representing your goal. Whatever you do to the lamp, this lamp represents your goal or your thought. It is a concrete image of your thought or desire. So that whenever you look at the lamp and you see its red color, and the red color, the light through it, puts a red glow around it. Red you associate with love, passion. You see that there are rose petals within it, damiana, rose quartz, whatever. When you look at this lamp, this is a symbolic representation of a thought. It is a concrete image of a thought, of an idea. It is a goal. Really, if you get down into it, our entire human environment, man-made environment, is just a group of ideas. When we see a tree, we think tree. Chair, couch, table, mirror. We think of items in terms of their use. I can't really fully explain what I mean right now. I mean, this is a hunk of plastic. It's a nightlight. It's a hunk of plastic, glass. But when we see this, we think of a concept, which is what it's used for. Instead of seeing a hunk of metal, we see a spoon. This is a glass. So what I'm saying is, how we mentally structure our world is a set of ideas. And this lamp, in this case, is not just a lamp. It is in concrete form your desire. It is a representation of your goal. And it's a way that when you look at it, you focus on your goal. Now, as material beings, we are surrounded by a world of objects. This is our reality. So it helps to have a physical image to represent a concept, so that what you see, what you smell, what you hear are things that represent a concept. So in this way, under the consciousness model, the lamp is a representation of an idea. It is an idea or a goal in concrete form. So it is a way to focus your intent. It fits under that model, that popular model. And I'm not saying that this is true or not. I'm going over the material and the different theories. It's up for you as an independent thinker to hear about these different ideas, perhaps to experiment a little bit, come to your own conclusion. So listen to everyone, question everything. These are the basic concepts behind this folk magic, and it's up to you to come to your own conclusion. Is there a connection between consciousness and matter? Is it possible that our expectation of how things will occur and our focused intent has an impact? What do you think? Now, the next model of magic is the energy model. Well, the energy model postulates, I don't want to make this into a big thing because I already went over these models recently. Basically, to focus energy into the lamp, to build energy, to imprint it with a desire, and to focus energy. So you have a basic concept, you feed it with, under the energy and the spirit models. Energy model postulates that everything is energy. If you can build energy, imprint it with a desire, and release it, then it accomplishes a goal. Or energy follows thought. So if you have a concrete image of your concept, it is then filled with the energy which does its work. Okay? And then there is the spirit model, which is the popular animistic model in Hoodoo, that all things are alive and conscious, and that you're putting these things to work. And then you have the idea of a thought form. One more thing I wanted to talk about as a model is the dualistic model of Magick. And you see how this plays out. So there are several different models within Magick. And these are not mutually exclusive. So here we have the container of the oil, the burner. Here we have the wick, and here we have the chimney that surrounds it. So whatever color, this is a physical object that under the consciousness model represents your goal. Under the energy and spirit model, this is an idea that is filled with energy, filled with spirit. Now under the dualistic model, this physical object is seen as a physical item. It is a vessel for whatever intention is placed there. So if you think of it as the body in a sense, the physical items, the herbs, the stones, the colors, this is all a physical item as a vessel for your intention. Now you have to imbue it with energy. You imbue it with life in a sense. So under this model, whatever physical item you're working with, it can be a candle, it could be a mojo hand, it could be any kind of a physical item that represents your goal, is a vessel like a cup, which is filled with your intent, with energy, and that is the popular dualistic model. Think of it as the body. Now you have to imbue it with life, imbue it with a soul in a sense. So under this concept, whatever physical item you're working with is the vessel that you infuse with energy. Now under the traditional Hoodoo model, you don't have to imbue anything with energy. It already has the life force within it. It already has the spirit within it. So these are more Western concepts that are placed here. But these are just different theories or models on how all this plays out. But basically, your lamp represents your goal. A blue lamp for peace, green for money, red for love, whatever herbs, whatever you put in the lamp, whatever prayers. It is a concrete representation of your desire. And that's basically it. And of course you have the upkeep of your lamp. Every once in a while, soot will gather on the chimney. You'll need to scrape it. Every once in a while, as the wick starts burning, you'll need to bring it up a little bit and trim the top off that's burned. You'll have to periodically add oil to the lamp. So I mean just practical concerns with an oil lamp. But it is simply a representation of your desire. You can place items around it that represent your goal, items you put into it, certain oils that are added, the color of the lamp. These are all ways that you just get it to represent your goal. And that is the basic concept of a hoodoo lamp. And hoodoo lamps were used before candle magic became popular all throughout hoodoo. This is a very old concept. And even outside of Hoodoo, this is one specific magic tradition, magical lamps have been used for thousands of years in many different cultures around the world. So this is something that you find in virtually every culture and form of magic on the planet. So this is very old. So anyways, that is today's quick lesson on the Hoodoo lamps. So try them out and see how it works. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day, everyone.